From the Oklahoman newsroom, this is an OSU update. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Kyle Fredrickson. Kyle, James Washington having another fantastic season for the Cowboys. A guy that really has become a standout receiver, but not exactly, a path that a lot of people would expect sort of that superstar receiver to have. He's definitely not your typical sort of diva-ish wide receiver.
As Mason Rudolph puts it, James Washington has a little redneck in him. That's a good way to describe you when you're a kid from a town of about 3,000 people, kind of in the middle of nowhere, Texas. James Washington, when he's on the football field, is so dynamic in the way that he makes plays and leaping and sprinting down the field. That blend of athleticism and speed is going to make him an NFL prospect, if not after this season, after next. But it is interesting that it comes from a place with such humble roots. Here's a guy who's an agribusiness major, with different programs and ranching and farm management. He probably won't need to use those skills if he's able to make a professional career in football. But that's just sort of who this guy is. And in a locker room with a lot of guys from the DFW Metroplex and bigger cities, it's kind of a unique blend and kind of an interesting insight to who this guy is.
Yeah, some coyote hunting earlier this year that spooked a few teammates. We'll let you talk about that later. But as it relates to Bedlam, James Washington has been a great deep threat for the Cowboys. With the way that the Sooners secondary has struggled at times, how important could that be on Saturday?
It's big. James Washington is among the nation's leader in receptions of 30 or more yards. And against this OU offense, as we've seen in some of these closer games that they've played, with teams able to at least stay within reaching distance by utilizing the deep ball, it's something the Cowboys have maybe gone away from in some recent games. Mason Rudolph at times this season has been told to stay inside the pocket and make those quick throws, and he's been able to do that. But, when looking at that game film, you sure think that James Washington, if they don't have a safety over the top, it's got to be a first option to try to get the ball over the top deep.
All right, something to watch on Saturday. Kickoff at 11:30 down in Norman. Be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.